This is Abraham Lincoln, the one in charge of the classified military organization with the force from Otherworld. I know there is immediate evacuation going on in Sudan. I want King Charles, Joe Biden, Putin, and all the countries that have classified military organization with the force from Otherworld to give immediate orders to extend the evacuation in the entire African continent. The African continent is sinking. Every day it goes down 1,000 feet and more. It sinks every day. Even this morning, I heard the sun is sinking. The birds in Africa are flying to Europe. Because their senses are infinite and unlimited, the birds can even fly and become dehydrated, and some of them fell to the ground. Secondly, there are people in Europe who try to shoot the birds when they are trying to cross the continent. You have to put a stop to that. So United Nations should do whatever necessary to give immediate orders to do general evacuation. All the countries who have the white people in Africa, they should evacuate them. What is going on is not anything man-made. It's the gods who created the living in the universe, including King Anunnaki. They are coming to earth to rule as God kings and serve and put an end to the human corruption on earth. They are desperate coming. They are putting warnings and many more. Secondly, there is a bloodline reunion ongoing. I've already given a warning that the bloodline reunion, people with mark of the beast who call themselves witches, are not involved. It is not because I'm racist, because the people with mark of the beast that I'm saying they are not involved, both whites and blacks people are not involved. It doesn't matter if you're white, if you're not from the United States, or wherever. People with mark of the beast who are now called witches are not involved in the bloodline. It is not because I'm racist. The gods, the heaven king, King Yahweh, the god of war, the conqueror of the mountains, the king of the gods of the universe, and the seven kingdoms, do not like them. They say a food that you give to people with mark of the beast, and they are Gentiles, give it to dogs. A God who respects dogs than humans is not a God to make a pact with. So everything about me, people with mark of the beast should refrain and exclude themselves from it. It is the consequences of it that is bringing the consequences of what is going on. I know the rest of the world are also experiencing cracks on their planet. The main problem is happening in Africa. Before the Queen of England funeral, I sent a message, people with mark of the beast are not involved in the bloodline. But through the carelessness of the countries that have classified military organization with fraud from Otherworld, they delayed and it have got to this point. It is not too late. If people with mark of the beast refrain themselves from the bloodline, I give them my word, the dangers will not come in, will not happen. I have not made any mistake in the bloodline union. The bloodline is for God kings and for God kings alone. The first warning was between the war between the Russians and the West. The second warning is the bloodline union, the people with mark of the beast who involve themselves in the bloodline. I've already been given warning, they are not involved. The third warning is the gods, the angels, the fallen angels, the extraterrestrials. They are not allowed to lay hands in any mortal unless the mortal become a god. If people with mark of the beast participate and involve in themselves in the bloodline, they will then switch their identity from mortals to gods. Because King Anunnaki is part of the bloodline. The pagans are part of the bloodline. The Kryptorians, all the dragons, they are all part of the bloodlines. They came to earth to rule as God kings. They are not allowed to harm humans. So if people with mark of the beast participate in the bloodline, they will then become gods. And that will give the extraterrestrials, that we call them aliens today, access to fight equals to the mortals. It is not too late. King Charles should give immediate orders for people with mark of the beast, both whites and blacks people, to refrain themselves and exclude themselves from the bloodline. People with mark of the beast who call themselves witches are not part of the bloodline. They are not involved. The gods do not like them, especially those in Africa. Their sins have raked the heavens. This is not the first time we are destroying this world. It was done during the days of the Nephilims, during the days of Methuselah. during the days of Enoch, during the days of the Twin City, China, Atlantis, and many more that are underwater today. But these people, the gods want to burn them for infinite because of how they are arrogant, how they are stubborn, believing they can use food to participate in the politics of the gods. The Heaven King Yahweh have a plan to unite the multiverse. So the plan of the West to migrate from Earth to their planets close to planet Earth is not accurate. They should note Mars was once a green world like Earth, but through their stubbornness, I myself and the red serpent wiped them off. Very soon, some of the hard days will be found, and the secret will come out. It is not too late. Secondly, there are Chinese people having machines on the moon laying blocks. In the moon, years ago, there is a dragon firestorm there. Most of the areas are burned. There is a dugout there. It's very dense and it's very long. About some of them are 500 miles, 200 miles, and it's filled with ash. Those areas, if the machine fall there, it will bring many horrific signs in the moon. So they should first track those areas and put tracking device there. They can track it with the Chrome that we use to search for new planets in the space program. The military men who want to call me on can call me on +233-241-219014 or +233-245-722246. The North Korean Supreme Leader, I need him alive. That is for Joe Biden. He knows there's an American spy spying him there after his brother. The assassin who have been sent to kill Vladimir Putin, if he missed him this time, he will use nuclear. Russia is not part of the end of the world that is coming. But it's not too late. If they reason with me, I can extend it in the whole wide world.